Warning, viewer listener discretion is advised. The majority of the content of this program is not fact checked. It is highly advised that it not be used for teaching your children from said content, other than making an example out of the hosts of what they should not grow up to be. Remember this, it's the beer talking.
Welcome to the truth about beer.
Happy Patty's Day.
Oh, it's one of my favorite holidays.
How are you guys doing?
I say I need to bring up the comments now, don't I? See who's here with us. Oh, wow. We got all kinds of people with us right now. This is awesome. Say,
hi, Christine. Hi, Michelle.
Super Horshow, Mike, and Amanda. Yeah, Michelle.
Coffee table. How you guys doing?
Dan, coffee tables. Yeah, Keith is coffee tables.
Happy
Dan is bios
Patty's Day. I'm glad you guys are joining us. I know what you could be out doing right now.
Yeah.
And instead you're here with us, and that's really special. So thank you.
But we are going to celebrate some, of course,
our green ties.
Yeah,
right
these are great,
green.
aren't they? Green beads.
So we're wearing green.
Yeah, we'll have to put them behind us.
Mine's a tombstone.
Make my house, make my face disappear. That's awesome, dude.
So, hey, man, good to see you again.
Good to see you too. You know what's different? Daylight savings frickin' time.
That ruined everybody's week, man. You know how many people were late? I was late picking my son up for school.
Yeah.
I was going off the clock, in the car, not my phone. A lot of people, they were calling in saying so many people were late to work. Morgan says people were late to class. Yeah, it was a rough time. We're not used to it. After
37 years in Arizona and coming here.
Yeah.
And having to change the dang clock.
And you know what? I didn't know it. I knew it the next day. Because I was like, honey.
Yeah. You don't go by the clock on the weekends then, right?
I don't ever look at a clock really. I just have to want to know what time a show is coming on, but then that clock's different.
Yeah. I think everybody probably that has to deal with changing their clock would agree that it sucks.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to do it.
We did. Last time we were talking about where the time change came from, and we did a little research and we found out.
We talked about so many things. I don't remember which one was the real.
What was
it? The candles? Was that the real one?
Do we want to believe that?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So several different little theories were the farmers, the farmers.
You know what we didn't do though? We didn't ask Alexa last time.
Oh, that's right.
But maybe we should ask her and see what's
Alexa, how did time change come about?
In Texas, daylight saving time started last Sunday, March 12th at 2 a.m. and will end on November 5th, 2023 at 2 a.m. By the way, you have a new notification.
Well, we don't want to know that.
So stop.
No,
Alexa,
the question, Alexa, why did they start daylight savings time?
Daylight saving time was proposed in 1907 by Englishman William Willett to enjoy more sunlight. It was implemented in Germany in 1916 to save energy and resources during World War I. Daylight saving grew unpopular following the war and was repealed in some areas, but returned in several countries,
Arizona,
including the U.S.,
except
due
Arizona.
to the 1973 energy crisis from an oil embargo.
Okay, that's plenty right there.
Yeah. So I can believe the candles then.
We heard there was a story that it saved on candles because there was so many candles being used back before electricity that they changed the time to allow more time. So you didn't have to burn candles and you saved on candle wax. And that's a good theory. We don't know that's
they said
true.
It saved on resources.
Well, that could be true.
And I can't remember, did we talk about this last week or did I hear it from somebody else? It was like a lot of the states are wanting to repeal it, but they want to stay on the savings time so that there's more sunlight. And that's because there's a lot of parks. Where that don't have lights and stuff. So the kids have to come in earlier.
There's a lot of reasons I'm thinking, but anyway,
it's fun.
Happy Patty's Day. Happy time zone change week, whatever.
Hi, Abby. I think we met Abby.
Hi, Abby.
on Christopher's show, right? Is that no?
Oh, it's a friend.
Oh,
All
her
right.
friend.
Hi, Abby.
Well, welcome anyway. We like it.
We know several Abbies.
You like Lindsay likes the green screen. How do you know it's green? Oh, because our ties are green and they blend into the background.
Yeah. Okay. I thought about it until we got up here and I'm like, wait a minute. Joey said this ain't gonna work.
Well, we've done a couple shows. I'm going to take it off.
Yeah, I am too.
Where we did the green screen and we were going to do green beer.
And
we thought, oh, the beer disappears. And then we did, well, we've had quite a few beers that have had like green cans or green bottles and yeah, they kind of disappeared too. So, but
I remember the Christmas ornaments in our beard. The green ones didn't.
You had holes in your neck, right? Oh yeah. Everybody looked at it and said, what? Mm-hmm. So we are going to celebrate St. Patty's Day with our beer tonight, and it's not a green can.
No,
it's a black can. So what would we got here, Tim?
What else would you want on a Patty's Day?
I haven't had a Guinness in a while.
Sound like a pirate, not a
Arr. Well, no, yeah. What would that be?
Hey, laddie.
Yeah.
Hey, laddie.
So I'm Papa Joey McStay. Go back to my original roots as a McStay, not just a stay.
So if you guys have a Guinness in the fridge, get it on out and let's pour it up. These are really, I had to learn how to pour these.
We have those
nitrous
pellets, nitrous pellet in there that makes it really foam up good.
And you want it like that. I've seen it poured different ways. I don't think it matters.
I think I'm going to do it. I think I've done it.
You did
I think I've got the whole thing. So I know it's Irish, but where is it?
Good.
Where I can't read.
China? I'm kidding. It's New York.
Yeah, but it's got to be licensed. Well, it's licensed in New York, but it's
probably New Jersey.
Well, no, it's brewed in Ireland by Guinness
and distributed by,
and it's in Dublin.
Oh, can't wait.
I think they do their own distributing.
Okay, cool. An import.
All right. I don't think the IBUs or any of that kind of stuff even matter on this.
No, it doesn't. So how long do you wait to drink it?
Right away.
I
just, we got used to reading what kind of alcohol content and stuff. But serving facts.
Okay.
There's a lot of calories.
Yeah, who cares?
Not really. I thought there'd be more calories. It's only 125 calories in one can of Guinness. So anyway, happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Happy Patty's Day. Cheers.
Cheers.
There we go.
Yep, that's a Guinness.
Delish. Very good.
It always takes me back when I see you, like the naked Bigfoot pop up on there. So I know it's his son.
Oh, hi.
And so he's saying well, I got to bring that up.
Yeah. And tell him his name, because it always comes up as a naked Bigfoot.
Well, I believe it's Scott, isn't it? Isn't that your name? If I recall, that he's sifting through his dad's weirdness and dad's social media and saw that you guys were on. And that's awesome. We're so glad you joined us. So we got a really special guest on tonight. So.
Yeah, please join us anytime. Yeah. We really appreciate you being here.
So who is our guest tonight?
Okay, tonight you have a special guest.
Oh, what happened to your share screen? It disappeared.
Okay, I'll get it back.
I know you can do it.
I can do it.
You're amazing.
Tonight, we would like to welcome a very special guest. Let me tell you how I met him. I used to belong to a little outfit called CE5. And I think the acronym is Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. And it was a group where we all got together and we went out into the desert and we meditated and we turned our eyes toward the stars and all became one and, joined with, our minds and concentrated and meditated and asked for the spiritual out there to come and visit us, no matter what it was. I mean, aliens or dimensions and parallel universes, be at one with us. And we experimented with that stuff and we had a great time doing it. It was just incredible. And so my wife and I had a meeting with all the CE Vibe members, and this gentleman, Christopher LaPrath, he showed up at our house and he gave my wife flowers.
Oh, now that's a gentleman.
I was like,
that's going to be more of a, well, it's kind of magic, isn't it?
Yeah, it was magic.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, okay, this is weird. But anyway, no,
well,
it was,
bring my wife flowers.
So anyway, absolutely phenomenal gentleman, just had the time of our night. It was so wonderful. And we've got to know him, and I've fallen in love with him. He's just so down to earth, and he's a very spiritual man. And we've had so much fun, and we've been in contact for the last few weeks a lot lately, because when we moved out here from Phoenix, we kind of lost contact, but lately we've been talking and sharing and just having a wonderful spiritual time. And so we've invited him to be on the show, and we'd like to welcome him in. And everybody, Christopher LaPrath.
That's this one I want. Yeah.
And so there we go.
He's got a Guinness.
There we go. Chris, welcome to the show, man. Good to have you on.
Hey, thanks so much, guys. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you,
thank
and
you,
Joey, and everybody on the show.
Thank you.
I'm actually not going to be drinking, but
yeah. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to introduce Chris. He's everything. Okay, he's a medium. He's a spiritual guide. He's everything. And what we'll do is we'll bring up his website and his link, and we'd invite you to go look at his testimonials. It's at Christopher LaPrath .com.
I think I found the anomaly that was making things sound funny.
Okay. And
I think I lost you guys.
I think we're all back.
Are we back?
Here we go.
Well, there's a delay.
Are we back?
Yeah, I can hear you fine now.
Okay.
Can you see us?
I can see you.
All right.
So anyway, we wanted to invite Chris to come on and introduce himself and talk about all the wonderful things that we see in Chris. And he agreed to do a few, live readings. So as you guys are chatting and as we're talking, and we may have you pop up, and he may do some readings on you tonight. But basically, we just wanted to let you know that it's a very safe thing. There's nothing to be worried about. There's no mojo. We've saged the area. There's not going to be any crazy stuff or anything like that. It's just a pre-warning. There's nothing to go on now. For some reason, should Chris get more that he would like to discuss, then he can request that he may talk to you later or at another time, and we've invited him to let us know to do that, and we will be contacting you if he feels that he needs to speak with somebody further that's a little more personal. So
I tell you what, let's run back through the chat again. Just make sure we got everybody that's here.
How many people are on?
I'm showing
quite a few.
12.
But anyway, so with that, Chris, welcome. How are you? And happy Paddy's Day.
I'm having a great day now. Thanks, you guys, for having
giving you an excuse to have some beer, right?
Yeah. And shout out to Lindsay French. She's on my show on every Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. I do a show on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. So I recognize Lindsay's here, but everybody, welcome. Thank you all for being here.
And our Mike the Naked Bigfoot is Pete.
Pete, that's right. I'm sorry, Pete. We butchered it. You know, too many people, but we appreciate you being here.
We sure do. Oh, my brother's on. Grandpa rocks, man.
All right.
That's my brother Steve. Awesome.
So we'll say hi to a few more people and wait for a few more minutes before we get started here. Just to let everybody get on. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, awesome.
Hi, honey.
And
of course, the family's on here.
I've got the book.
We got the book. We both got the book, and we just started it. I'm through the first 3 chapters. He's through the first 4, and I'm excited. I can't wait to do it again.
I have the book too.
Oh yeah, he does.
All right.
We need a signed copy.
Yeah, mine isn't signed yet.
Yeah,
So.
it will be.
Awesome.
But anyway, Chris, welcome. And if you would please just introduce yourself and give everybody an idea of who you are and what you do.
Well, thank you guys so much again for having me, and welcome everybody. I two of the big things that really affected me when I was growing up, or that changed my life, was the night my grandfather died. And I was raised in northern Idaho in a basically a haunted house. My mother really never believed me. My family just kind of thought it was my imagination. I would tell them that I would see things, and they were like, yeah, go play. So there's one particular night, I walked by our picture windows, and we lived way out in the country, like cabin in the woods type of a situation. And I walked by the picture window, and I saw my grandfather, and I could still remember seeing him out in the yard. He was in a rocking chair, and there was like this light on him, like a spotlight. And I was super excited. So I ran and told my mom and my brothers and sister, Grandpa's here. And they're like, come on, Grandpa's in Nebraska. You know, he lives a long way away. He's not here. I go, Mom, come here. And I was trying to drag her to the window to look out the window to see this. She wouldn't do it. She told me to go play. 10 minutes later, the phone rang, and it was my aunt, who was my mom's sister, that said that my grandfather had died just a few hours before. And she looked at me. I'll never forget the look that she looked at me, and that was the first time she believed me. But she had no neural pathways. She had no neural pathways to put it. She had nowhere to put it. She couldn't explain it. And the other thing that really changed my life is Werner Heisenberg. He's the founder of quantum physics. And this saying, he said, the universe is stranger than we can think. And it's our mojo in our society to try to always figure things out. But the universe is way stranger than we can possibly imagine. So I realized I had this gift. I've been doing this gift for about 30 years. I work full-time at a university during the day, and I have a degree in human dynamics. It's a master's degree in human dynamics, which is kind of funny to me because my passion, my love are these spiritual things that I experience. And people ask me, like, I'll be reading for them, like hopefully I'll be reading for some of you on the show tonight. So welcome. I'll be pulling, a card and doing a very brief reading. You can read the testimonials at christopherlaprath.com, more of the people that I've worked with around the world. And I may not remember what I've said to you. So if you can take notes, if you want to grab your phone camera, when I hold up the card, you can take a picture of the card. And again, it's just kind of a preview. But what it does is it's not just a reading about your past or about your future. It's about helping you remove obstacles that are keeping you where you're at if you're wanting to move on, if you're wanting to move forward with a new romance, a new job, a new career, a new way of thinking, just a new way of being. That's one of my specialties, is to go, hey, look at this. Here's where the wires maybe got crossed or the plumbing is jammed. There's something that can come up with, during the reading with that. So that's one of my specialties with that. What questions do you guys have, Tim, Joey? I'm here for you. I can answer pretty much anything.
I want this one. I keep hitting the wrong one.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So if we have questions,
If you
for Chris-
guys are interested in reading or have questions, please just feel free and chat, and we'll pop you up there.
well, we could break the ice really quick.
Yeah, we
I
could.
think we have a few on here that have been with us for a long, long time.
Yes, we have.
Let's see. I think we'd have to start with Christine.
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay.
Christine.
Oh, she's saying hi to my wife there, but yeah.
Okay. So as I go through this, and because we're all on the same show, let me reiterate that the card I pull for you, or I should say not the card I pull for you, but your guides are going to pull the card. Because as I shuffle through the deck, I'll show you, like I shuffle like this, and whatever card falls out is the card that's been picked for you. Okay. Now, so if I start with Christine, Heart Searcher, I love that name. It's also going to apply to pretty much everybody on the show in one way or another. Okay. Because energy is all connected, as we all know. If you just take a deep breath, everybody take a deep breath. You just breathed in 10 to the 22nd power of atoms. Okay. And that number is so vast, it's 10 followed by 22 zeros. That number is so vast that it's 1,000,000 atoms from everything and everyone that has ever lived or is living. So for the past 50 years, Tim, I've been breathing 1,000,000 of your atoms with every breath I take. And you, Joey, same thing. You, Christine, everybody on the show, Cleopatra, a little bunny that lived in Siberia 2,000 years ago. Every breath everyone takes, you're breathing in 10 to the 22nd power of those atoms. So we are all connected. And that's just on an atomic level. But on a spiritual level, or below the quantum level, there's another frequency that we're all connected to. So this card may really apply to you, Christine, but it also, I'm reading for everybody in the group as well. Okay. But I look at it like the conga line. So Christine, we start with you. You're the head of the conga line right now. Okay. So as I pull a card, I just have your guides come in, your source, your higher self, to pull the highest priority for you at this moment for this particular time. So the card for you, and if you would like to take a picture of this, you absolutely can. If you have your camera phone, Christine. This is called the hollow bone, and it's called teachability. There are things coming to you and through you right now that you're wanting to explain, and you don't have the means to do it, and so it can be really frustrating. You're moving into a non-linear awareness where things cannot be explained. In our society, we're taught to sit in rows in school, stand in line for Starbucks, and everything is linear. But this is the card about spirit coming through you and then trusting that source. Even though your head You may be trying to think your way out of a situation or a problem. It's not in your head. Okay. Think of it a little bit, Christine, like if you go into a completely black room, all of a sudden you lose the use of your eyes. You cannot see anything. So your other senses pop in: the smell, the touch, your hearing. Those other senses come to the fore. So when you try to stop seeing the answer or thinking the answer, if you shut your thinking down, and you can do that, through meditation, just some really quiet time, then the answer comes to you. It's kind of like looking for your car keys, and you can't find your car keys, and you can't find your car keys. And then you relax and you call the person, you go, "Hey, I'm running late, or I've got to cancel. We're going to make another, appointment." And as soon as you do, you find your car keys because you're working your other senses. So for you, Christine, these are your other senses coming to the fore, and it can feel sometimes like you're going a little crazy, but you're not. Okay, this is an awareness. These are awarenesses coming into you. And trust who you are, trust your gut, and being free of the need. I would highly suggest, if you're willing to be free of the need for validation for what these messages are for you, that is important. Okay, and being free of that, of needing validation for who you are or how you're feeling or trying to figure things out. I hope that makes sense, Christine.
That was awesome.
I kind of got some of that too. You're right. Absolutely. Especially that the minute you cancel something, everything clears up.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And with Michelle just said, "I had my spiritual awakening 14 months ago." That's awesome.
Playing from Tim's phone.
Playing from Tim's phone. Here we go. So Michelle, that spiritual awakening, what I love about that is it never stops. It's like boom, da da boom, da da boom, da da boom. It's an awakening. It continues to grow. It's not just like one-time event. Okay, I'm done. Okay, St. Patty's Day is over. Okay, I'm done. No, it's a continuous type of understanding and awareness and expansion of the awareness, expansion of the consciousness. And so I'm really big in encouraging people to do brain work, right? To actually strengthen the brain like a muscle, doing simple exercises like this. Okay. This is called a cross crawl. So right brain controls left side of the body, left brain controls right side of the body. Doing this simple exercise helps to build new neural pathways. Or if we're wanting to understand something, this is a real simple exercise to do. And it helps to open up the brain to build the roadways for a better understanding. So that's important, to work with the brain and doing some brain exercises, qigong, yoga, those type of things. Okay.
That was, yeah.
Awesome. Michelle's my daughter, by the way.
Hey, Michelle. Nice to have you on the show. Shall we read for her then?
No, that's who you just read
did.
for.
I just read for Christine. Oh, I'm going to pull a card for Michelle.
Oh, you're finishing up. Okay.
You're finishing
up. Yeah,
let's go back to Michelle.
I'm sorry, I missed that. I didn't see a card pulled.
Too.
Okay. So Michelle, I'm going to pull a card for you since you popped up in the chat. Or I should say your guides.
Yeah.
So right now, things are not quite as you're seeing them. This is the eagle card. This is the spirit of the eagle. Call upon the eagle as your animal totem, Michelle, to get a higher perspective. So demand of the universe. Universe, show me now a higher perspective? How else can I see this situation? How else can I see this? What is this? What is this person teaching me that is important for me to learn? And then be free of attachment. Like the eagle's the eagle's not riding on a 747. The eagle is soaring by itself in that air. And it's not riding or attached to an outcome. So are you willing to let go of perceived outcomes? Because the universe, it's like saying to somebody, or it's like saying, for Christmas I would like My Little Pony. Okay. Well, what if the universe had an actual real live pony for you that was even bigger and better than My Little Pony? It's a metaphor, I know, but this is how can I think bigger? Universe, show me now how to expand my awareness, and it will continue to grow. Um, and be free. Are you willing to be free of getting caught up into any particular political viewpoint or argument? And this isn't just with politics, but it's with religion or looking. This is one thing I'm talking to the whole group, is where people can get caught up in their energy. Actually, it's like poking holes in your energy field when you're needing allies to support you for a particular viewpoint. Rather than the need for allies to strengthen you, go inside and go, how is it that I can change my viewpoint around this? So I hope that helped. Okay. Now I pulled a card for Michelle.
So that was awesome. Now we have Abby.
Hey, Abby, welcome to the show. And you're Morgan's friend. Yes, I'm pulling a card for you right now as we speak. There we go. It's nice to have you, Abby, and we can join me every Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday night too. I do this for my group is Lindsay. Lindsay Friend is in Salt Lake City. Okay. So, Abby, if you want to take a picture of this is called Me Talks. You've heard of detox. This is Me Talks. This is repairing the body, mind, spirit. So let me illustrate it like this. When you wear black, like I'm wearing a black shirt, right? Well, it's going to pick up every little piece of lint, every little hair, every particle that's out there. And this is you going through a mental, emotional, spiritual detox. Okay. And sometimes stay out of your head. I will just stay out of your head. Do some distracting. Go watch a movie. Take up knitting. Go distract your head. Get out of your head because you're trying to, again, this ties in a little bit with what we were saying earlier. Taking better care of yourself and taking care of yourself first rather than your family or your friends and making sure that they're okay. No, you make sure you're okay. And if they want to follow you, they can. We all came to this earth. I have a master's degree in human dynamics. I chose that syllabus. I chose that lesson. I wanted to learn it. And you come to this earth to learn certain things about you and be free. Are you willing to be free of the need to fix anyone or to fix anything? And remove your energy from your family. So people that are alcoholics, they'll sometimes go into delirium tremens. That's where um, it's like they go into convulsions. And the best thing you can do is to remove the furniture so that they don't hurt themselves, but you cannot hold them down. You cannot help them through those moments in their life where they're kind of convulsing, because they can hurt you. You can actually get your face punched in, right? Because they're thrashing and they may not even mean to. So this is important about not taking personally what people have said to you, particularly your family. Awesome. Okay, hope that helped. Who's on next? Who would like a card next?
Next, I'm going to introduce him. So we had a dear friend of the show that had participated in our show many, many times. A great content provider, if you will, on all kinds of things that are, and we lost him on Halloween last year after an awful illness. But his son has carried on his social media stuff, and his name is Pete.
But that would be
Mike the Naked Bigfoot was his dad.
And please go check out YouTube on Mike.
We love this guy. I mean, he forever changed the way I look at a lot of things, and his son's carrying on in his steed now.
So Mike saw our show one night and went crazy and started his own. Was that what it was?
Well, we're going to visit that.
Okay, all right,
later
that's
on,
a different show.
But we're just really stoked that Pete is still carrying on, in his dad's place.
And
so.
Pete, you're always welcome. Please don't forget us.
Yeah, huge kudos, Pete. Great job. Okay, it was nice to meet you, at least this way. Let's see what comes up. Let's see what your higher self, your dad, however it comes through. This is called the Deep Diver. It's diving into a task. You've got help. Pete, you're not alone. Your dad absolutely is there to guide you, to help. But nobody taught you to walk. Nobody taught you to talk. You learned that on your own. And there's something about, like your dad's talking about water or going to like the Caribbean, or you're needing a break. Take a break. Things will be taken care of. Again, this is a little bit like Abby when we were reading for her earlier about taking care of yourself. But this is something about you're a highly spiritual person, and water is an activator for you because water symbolizes spirit. And I don't know if it's like going to a lake even or the ocean, but he's talking about like walking along the beach with you, and just that the beach is very symbolic for you. It is the convergence of earth, water, fire, the sun, air, and it combines together. The beach is a very powerful place, and you're needing a little beach time. Yeah, so he's talking Haiti. He says, Dad told me to go home before he died. Haiti? Yeah, is Haiti in Caribbean? I think it is. Yeah, because he's talking about the Caribbean. So it's like important for you, like even having beach pictures around you will help you. Um, let go of the weight. Let go of the weight. WEIGHT. Oh, it could be WEIT. Dive into the task. It's like a new business venture. You're going to be successful with it. And give yourself some credit. Come on, Pete. Give yourself some credit. These pearl divers, they dive for pearls without any oxygen mask or tank. But it takes some practice. Okay. So they may dive the first time 10 feet and then 20 feet and then 30 feet over a period of weeks because they're able to hold their breath. Look at how far you've come, Pete. And that's one thing your dad wants to talk about is look how far you've come. And just give you that encouragement. But yeah, there's this connection with the ocean. It's really powerful for you. Okay.
You kind of choked me up on that one.
Yeah, that was, you have no idea.
Yeah, that was powerful.
So let me ask you a question real quick before we continue. Chris, when did you get this gift? When did you feel this what age were you when you discovered that it was not scary anymore, that you could use it?
Well, I've always had it. But about 4 years ago, I took one of my good friends that I'd known for years. We went to dinner. And I was sitting across the restaurant table from him. And the left side of his head was all bashed in, and there was blood everywhere. And I freaked the fire truck out. It really, I'd never seen anything like that. And I must have had this look of horror on my face. Because he said to me, are you all right? And I went, why is the left side of your head bashed in and there's blood everywhere? And he looked at me and he goes, how do you know about that? He said, how? I don't talk about that. Nobody knows about that. I go, what is going on, John? Why is that he said, when I was 18 years old, this is 50 years ago, I was walking a girl through Papago Park here in Arizona, in Phoenix. And I was showing her the sights. She'd flown in from Chicago. And they got mugged. They got held up by 3 guys and robbed. And John only had a $1 bill on him. Now, 1975, 76, a dollar wasn't a small change it is now. But they were mad, and they took a crowbar and they bashed in the left side of his head, left him for dead, left the girl for dead. And his dad was a cop, and they did end up catching those 3 guys. But from that experience, there were the brain's number one duty is to protect the body, to protect the person. And if you perceive it as danger, it will not let you go forward. And so from there, he actually never developed a relationship longer than a few months, because somehow it went into his brain that he couldn't protect women. Anyway, from that experience, I told him, I said, one of my clients is a neurologist, a neuroscientist. I want you to go. Gave him the guy's number to go get literally his brain examined. Anyway, this neurologist, neuroscientist of mine, friend of mine and client, I had never thought about me going. I didn't know. I never thought about it. But when I suggested this to John, I went, I should book an appointment. I want to find out why I saw the left side of his head bashed in. So I went and I did all the tests. And the next day he comes out and he has me sit down and he goes, okay, I want you to be honest with me. I go, okay, no problem. He said, how much LSD do you take every day? And I said, dude, I can't even hardly drink a beer. In fact, I'm not drinking a beer, but happy St. Patty's Day for you, everyone that's joining later. I said, I can't even hardly drink a beer. I don't do LSD. Why are you asking me if I do LSD? He said, well, the findings from these tests show that, let me explain. Most everyone's neurons fire one direction. Yours fire both directions. And the only time that it does that is when somebody's on LSD. But we've never seen it occur naturally without LSD. So you're an anomaly. And your parietal lobe is at over 200%. So that's when I realized, to answer your question kind of a roundabout, Tim, that's where I realized that I don't think like everyone else. But I want you all to know that are on the show, I highly recommend you going to a neuroscientist and having these tests done, because it helps you understand where your strengths are and where your weaknesses are. And there are literally exercises. There are literally things you can do to help strengthen those areas of the brain that need to be strengthened. So that's how I came about it, Tim, to answer your question.
That's amazing. And because I had my TBI,
your brain came out of your head,
because
right?
the brain came out of the head, and because I went to neurologist and I had all of the tests done and the lights and all that stuff. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's amazing. I wished people could experience or get tested like I've been tested, because it opens up it answers a lot of questions about who you are and everything. So on that thing, you're right. I've had every test in the world done on my brain, and it's amazing. So, but thank you for that, man. It's a very interesting story.
Okay, who's next?
So Grandpa Rocks, that's my older brother who looks younger than me nowadays. I don't know why.
So you got too much sun today.
All right, Steve, we'll do that. This is called Beloved. Radical acceptance. Steve, your parents did the best that they could do. You wouldn't expect a second grader. You wouldn't get upset with a second grader if you brought them an algebra problem and they just stared at it. They're second graders. My parents, my mom didn't go past an 8th grade education. She had her own business. My dad only went to about 6th grade, but he was a plumber. And they were functioning at that time the best that they could do. So are you willing to let this go? Um, with your with your with your dad in any way, shape, or form. Because this is the beloved, and this is the radical acceptance for loving people for who they actually are, not what they're taught, not what's projected on them, not how they were raised, but actually for who they are. And this will help you with letting go. And all right, let me talk to you about this. So, when you have a nightmare, when you have a dream, and you don't like the dream, take a minute as you wake up, close your eyes, remember the dream, go back into it and change it. All right, I'll give you an example. So when I was a teenager, I used to have this dream. I was in a yellow Volkswagen. I was driving down the coast of California. It lost control and I drove off this cliff into the ocean. And I would wake up just sweating and screaming, and it was bad. And I would have this recurring dream. So then I heard this thing about, hey, when you're awake and you close your eyes, go back into the dream and change the dream. So I changed the dream, Steve, to, oh, I drive off the cliff, I go into the ocean, and I change the Volkswagen into a submarine, a yellow submarine. The Beatles were kind of popular at the time. And I drove along the bottom of the ocean. I was looking at all the fish. It was really cool. I never had that dream again. One of the things I would suggest is go back into some of these occurrences, because this life it's a dream. This is not reality. Okay? When you're in a dream, you don't know that you're in a dream unless you're an expert lucid dreamer. This life is the same thing. This waking life is a dream. We can change it, and we can change our viewpoint on it. So go back into these instances with your father, close your eyes, change. Change it into a yellow submarine that drives along the bottom of the ocean. Okay. All right. Hope that helps, Steve. But that's your highest priority right now. And your energy has been going too much toward I coulda, woulda, shoulda. It should have been like this. It could have been like that. And coulda, woulda, shoulda is a horrible waste of spiritual energy. So this will help bring the spiritual energy back to you.
Wow. Hey, Chris, real quick.
Wow.
We're like hitting the hour. Do you mind if we go over time? Do you mind if we run the show a little bit longer?
Today, only for you. Okay? Only for you.
Wonderful. We have a few more
Oh,
people that are
thank you.
just so excited. So,
Let's see.
Well,
We have.
What's some of the feedback? What am I?
Well, I mean, if they're like me,
well,
I'm sitting here in awe, to be honest with you, and shedding some tears with some of the things you've come
he
up
is.
with.
I mean, he just started crying. He's like,
Yeah,
"Oh my God, you've hit some
you-
stuff
yeah,
that are
you've hit
so
some
right
stuff.
on." We should have given feedback, but just do what you're doing. It's right there,
Yeah.
man. We can talk later.
And we will.
We'll give you a call.
Let's see. Where was Lindsay's
Lindsay
comment?
French?
Yes.
Okay, Linz. It's you're up. You're on the list. Okay, we've talked about this Wednesday night with you, Lindsay, but this is Feast of Plenty. Choices and their consequences. two roads diverged in a wood and I took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. So this is where you, Lindsay, give yourself some credit to know that you're guided and the choices you've made have been absolutely the best for you. And you're going to continue to make really good choices. And it's also about choice beef. So when I buy beef, I spend a little extra on the organic, farm raised, no chemicals, because to me it's worth it. I don't buy the cheap hamburger. This is where, in any way, shape, or form, when you're maybe thinking about, when you're thinking negatively or thinking about beating yourself up, or I could have, should have, would have done that, that's the cheap hamburger thinking. And so you're like you're being guided, like so rather than think that your choices are there's going to be consequences to your choices, there's going to be blessings to your choices. That's it. Because you're invested into buying grade A beef. Lindsay's been on my show for a year. We've had some amazing cards pulled and read, and yeah, the funniest one was, I'm like, what's the deal with the Jaguar? What do you do? Where is the Jaguar? And so yeah, letting go of past choices. That's perfect, Lindsay, because those choices were the best. They were the best. Okay. Now you know that cheap ground beef may not be the best for you, nor the ingredients, but you don't cry over cheap beef, because that was then. This is now. You know. And yeah, keep your thermostat comfortable. That's perfect. All right. So rather than think of, and this is for everybody on the show, think about your choices and the blessings rather than the choices and the consequences. Okay, hope that helped.
Yeah, that did.
All right. Okay, so this is
We have a special
guest here I'm going to bring on, and this is my much better half.
No, he's.
I'm going to remove us because we're going to find.
Nice to have you. Happy St. Patty's Day. You look good in green. Okay, so I know we can't hear you. So Mama Lisa, this is called the Lost Compass. And it's about getting back to integrity. Are you willing to let go of being everything to everyone? Are you willing to let go of that? You're moving into letting go of roles that you've played, like mama, okay, like housewife, like career woman, and you're moving into this undefinable new territory. So you've moved to a new place, and it's a little disconcerting. Okay, it's a little bit, and I'm not talking just physically. I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about metaphorically. When you move to a new place, it takes months to learn the roads, to learn where the post office is, to learn where the stores are. It takes this, but while you're doing that, it's very, it's like you lost your compass. Okay. And so I will tell you this, your guides, your spirits are giving you this new purpose in life. You've defined yourself before as a mother, got to get the kids to dressed, you got to get the kids to school on time. Um, this is reinventing you and reinventing your look. This is about getting back to Lisa. Oh, so I'm going to talk a little bit about what I talked about with Steve. But this is with your mother. You are your own woman. And doggone it, you're good enough. You are good enough. And you didn't hear that a lot growing up. And so this is where you can, what you've done, give yourself some credit. You have done amazing. You have absolutely done amazing. So are you willing to accept that? Are you willing to go, hey, I can have some accolades here and I can accept the accolades. So this is like, what would you, like if somebody offered you a gift and you go, no, 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 I can't take the gift. No, you take the gift, okay? You take the gift, right? When somebody gives you a compliment, it's the same thing. Are you willing to let go of being, of saying, no, 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 you know, oh, Lisa, I love your hair. Oh, no, no, no. It's, it's just no. Okay. Lisa, I love your eyes. What? Go, thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. So on your bathroom mirror, um, this is writing. Start with something you really love about yourself. I love my eyes or I love my hair. Write something and then start building on it. Okay. This is about bringing it back to you and finding yourself rather than defining yourself by what you do. You're defining yourself now by who you are and who you actually are. Is that making sense to you? Okay. Good.
Of Kay from Arizona.
She's on here as relationship portraits, right?
So this is relationship portraits. Am I pulling a card for relationship portraits?
It's for Kay.
It's for Kay, and I will tell you now, it's my mom.
Oh, don't tell me.
Oh, it's not my mom.
It's okay.
It's his uncle, actually.
My uncle Kay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Bless my heart.
That's so great. So, okay, this is called the perfect storm. The courage to step into life. Okay. So in my book, I talk about this. In Mankato, Minnesota, okay, there was a cloister of nuns, a group of nuns, and a lot of them lived to be centenarians. And then when they would pass away, most of their friends or family had already passed away, so they would donate their bodies to science. Well, the scientists that were looking at these nuns, they found that their brains had all this dementia, Alzheimer's, damage, like physical damage in the brain. And they were like, "Oh my gosh, how did this poor nun function?" So they would go back to the convent and they asked the other nuns, they go, "Well, how how is Sister Mary functioning? That poor thing?" And they go, "What do you mean?" She was fine. She did her duty. She showed up for everything. She was great. I go, she never showed any signs of dementia or Alzheimer's or anything. No, 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 no. Okay. So they went back and they began to study the living nuns, the nuns that were in the convent. And what they discovered, Kay, is that every year on their birthdays, they would come down, sit at the table, and they would announce that year what they were going to study. So they would announce things like, I'm going to learn the violin. I'm going to learn I'm going to learn Spanish. I'm going to study knitting. They would learn something and they would devote that year, whether it was gardening. This is really important for you is to get out and garden, to plant something. And if you don't have the yard or the space, get some pots, okay? And just nurture those. This is learning something new for you. And what it does is it builds new neural pathways around the old way of thinking, around the damaged areas. And so this is starting something new for you. Is so perfect. It's this card is about the courage to step into life. Okay? Perfect. All right, who's next? Allison and Morgan? Okay. Okay, here we go. Guys. So I'm going to pull this for both of you. This is called the Dust Devil, and it's moving out of stagnation. So it's the oldest brother. He's going, for God's sake, Mom, Morgan, get over it. You know shit. I'm like, he's using the word shit. It's like, I'm around. Like, why would you even ask that? Like, this is the dust devil. This is like moving out of stagnation. So this is in the next few days and weeks of moving things in. This there, how do I describe this? Um, okay, he's a little philosophical. He's saying, Mom, you're still sleeping. Change your nightmare. I'm awake. So there's the dreaming night dream, and then there's the living dream. But they're all connected. So your this is about expanding your awareness. And Morgan, what happened when you were 15? I know you can't talk. I can't hear you. But there's something that happened when you were 15, okay? And this was anyway, this was where there's this grieving. Your understanding is growing. At the time of 15, you did not have the understanding of death, of the afterlife, of an expansive universe that you do now. And your brain really isn't, your brain, as you know, Allison, isn't fully developed, at least until you're 26, 25, 26, right? So are you on the microphone now, Morgan?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So, oh, sorry.
What happened when you were 15?
When I was 15, it hit me on that he passed away. So my grieving it was a delayed process. So he passed when I was 8, but it hit me really, really hard when I was 15. And I got super depressed and I had to go through counseling. And it was just really, really hard at that time.
Okay. All right. So, have you seen the movie Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg?
No, I have not.
Okay. Would you rent it sometime in the next few days? And I mean, just pull it up and watch it.
Yeah.
There's a scene. So, Whoopi Goldberg is gifted. She's gifted psychically. I'm not going to explain the whole movie, but Allison, Tim, you know what I'm talking about. There's this one scene where she realizes she has this gift, and this one spirit is connecting with her in the form of Patrick Swayze. You probably don't know who that is, but anyway, really good looking hunk of a guy. He's connecting with her and she hears him. But when she hears him, all these other spirits realize she's hearing them. And so they want to come in. Okay. They want to come in. And there's one scene where she's telling these spirits, get out of here. Get out of here now. So what happened here is you were exposed to like a mega dose of unwanted entities and spirits. So in no uncertain terms, Morgan, in no uncertain terms, you tell them to get out of here and never return. Get out, never return. You have not made progress. Go to your progression. You get out now. Why are you still here? Why are you still here? Get out, go for the progression. Because they've just been stuck and they're kind of your light attracts these entities. There's a book called 30 Years with the Dead. It was written by a psychiatrist in the 1920s. Okay. Highly recommend you read this because it would be really interesting for you to go to a neuroscientist and have your brain examined. Like, it would be really fascinating. But you're picking up, watch the movie Ghost, okay? It will help explain a lot. But this is what happened when you were 15. Somehow, your brother was coming through, and there was an inadvertent door that he opened. am I making any sense, Tim?
Yes, to me you are, but I think you're making a lot more sense to her. I understand everything you're saying because I've heard, I've been through what she's been through, and she's expressed to me what she's been through, and you're spot on. You're probably making a little more sense to her than me, but from what she's told me, yeah, absolutely.
So Morgan, you know how a ballerina or a singer, they go to training every day. Okay. It's really important for you to train. And part of this training involves watching who you are around. And Tim and Allison, watch who you allow into your house.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You don't just randomly invite people. Joey's good. I like Joey. He's got good juju. But yeah,
it's funny.
We don't allow, like my son and I, we share a condo together here. We don't allow just anybody in because of what's on them.
Absolutely.
Okay. And it's nothing against them. I love who they are.
It's protection.
Yeah, I just don't love their body odor. I don't love the entities that are attached to them.
Yeah, she's vulnerable to a lot of spirits. It's like the cloud overhead, and they come to her and they harass her and they bother her.
This is like, you get the hell out, and you, in no uncertain terms, okay, you do some spiritual karate, you do whatever it takes. You arm yourself with incense, stones, selenite, obsidian, kyanite. You use all of those to, and in no uncertain terms, and you actually are going to have, it's important for you to clean that every day. Like, not be aware of it every day. So put salt at your threshold, you know, at the front and back of your door. And then when you're laying it out, just say, only for my best and highest can enter this house. Okay. And clean, just like you would take a shower every day, you check your spiritual field every day. Does that make sense? And it may take a little bit of effort, but once you have a year or two under your belt of ballerina training, you can pretty much jeté or do a pirouette or whatever on your toes, but it takes some practice. This is going to take some practice, and you're not going knucking futs. I will tell you that you're not going knucking futs. Okay. But this is like, oh, you remember that card when you were on the show the other night, you had the rescue card?
Yeah.
And it's so these things are coming to you for you to rescue them. No, you don't. When you have kids, you don't do their homework for them, right? When you came home and you had homework, did your mom or dad sit down and do all of your homework for you?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, I kind of did.
Yeah, no.
Not all of it, but
yeah. So these things are coming to you like feeding off of your energy. Do you really want that? I mean, would you rather go swimming in a lake with no leeches or with leeches?
Leeches.
No leeches. Yeah. Yeah. So this is about cleaning. This is about tell them to get out. And it'll take a little practice, but you're going to get there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Joy.
Oh,
That's amazing. That's just, you have no idea. I can't wait to talk with you sometime. And confirmation's amazing, and I appreciate it. So,
yeah. And then the last card for Allison and the other, I just want to
relationship.
Close the door. Close the door for Allison and
say, I got to get these back on so I can hear what's going on.
Okay.
So I just want you to know you hit that right on.
Yeah. And then this is a very important question too. So
what advice would you give someone who wants to hone their gift? Watch some videos, Christine, on building your brain. Do what are those apps you can?
Sudoku.
Yeah, Sudoku. I don't like Sudoku, but if somebody likes Sudoku, great. But there's apps that actually build your brain.
Yeah, they told me to do that after my brain injury, and I said no.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are apps.
So this is about just building your brain out, and doing some of those exercises, some of those games. Play some of those games. Go for a walk. Exercise, Christine. Exercise. Okay, because your heart and your gut are different brain centers. Okay. Oh, is this why I'm picking up the kyanite, Mike, Pete? Did you see me pick up the kyanite? Have I been picking up the kyanite, you guys?
Yes, you have.
Have I really?
Yeah.
I just realized that, Pete. So
You
yeah,
haven't talked about it, but you've been picking it up.
yeah, this is kyanite. So it's very protective. You can look it up. You can just Google it. Metaphysical qualities of kyanite, Kyanite. But yeah, Pete, that's definitely Mike coming through. That is so wild. I was like, why am I picking this up? Now I understand. Okay, thanks. That's
Wow.
wild.
His dad has a very, very powerful presence.
Yeah.
I've witnessed it myself. So
Yeah, pretty outstanding.
say,
Okay. And do we have everybody that wanted to
Yeah.
read?
yeah, we did.
We have everyone.
And so I we could do this all night though. So I'm hoping we can get you back on again, do this another time.
Yeah, absolutely.
This has been a lot of fun.
I have to tell you, Chris, we know a lot of these people personally, and the theme that I'm getting tonight is both education and healing, and I do believe that is going to happen because of tonight's show. And I want to thank you so much. It was more than it was amazing, more than I expected.
Absolutely. Can I be bold enough to book you on another show?
Yeah,
to deal with your to talk about your book, because I was hoping would have more time tonight to really go over that and get into it. But there's I don't know if Dan is still on or not from Bios to Books, but he has an awesome podcast. It's recorded, so it's not a live stream, but he does a wonderful job at talking to authors about their books and sharing it. And I think it would be an absolute great episode if you don't mind if I pass your information along to him.
Absolutely, do it.
All
right. We have, if you don't mind, we have one more person. I kind of like had a technical difficulty. Would you mind doing Allison?
She doesn't want to get on the other camera, but
she needs a reading.
You mean Allison and Morgan?
No, just Allison. Just Allison.
Was it that the particular question that she asked? Whoop, oh, there we go. Here we go.
So, can I just give you some history or no?
No.
Okay.
So this is the so this is like what I said earlier, Allison, about your son is very frank. It's like absolutely the answer is yes. Absolutely. Mom, you're psychic. You know that. Like you know that. But this is called the stranger. Okay, Allison, it's called curiosity. many times we can get we can get a when we get into a funk, it's creates a pattern. And if you look at this card, how the beauty of this card, Allison, this is a woman who is conjuring, and she's touching spirit. Okay. Your youngest son, or the younger son, is saying, he used to say all the time, "You're not listening to me, Mom. You're not hearing me. You're not listening to me." And they're using that as a metaphor, is they are there. Allison, tune in. Tune in. Bring your energy back. Bring your energy back to you, and you will absolutely, I don't know if I can't say for sure if you will actually see them, but you will experience them because they are there. It's just a matter of tuning back in, getting out of the funk and out of your own thoughts, and getting your curiosity back. So this is going to happen within the next 3 days. Your curiosity is going to come back. Because what benefit is worrying giving you? What is the benefit of worrying? And I'm not going to answer that for you. Worry never climbed a hill. Worry never paid a bill. I will tell you right now, worry is a waste of spiritual energy. So you've been distracted. Come back to Allison. Come back to Allison. They are right there. They're right there with you. But it's like if they come home from school and you're on the phone with a client and you're trying to prepare dinner, and you have wash in the washing machine, and you're a busy mother, right? And so you don't necessarily hear what they're saying because you're naturally distracted. This is about you coming into you. You need a few days off. Come back to you. It's going to happen. It's just going to happen. Did that help, Allison?
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
Get lots of thanks from the viewers.
We've got a lot of thank yous, man.
Yeah, and some really huge ones from us.
Yes,
this has been a great show for us. We've just, and yeah, hopefully, I mean, you wouldn't mind coming on again, all right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, we wanted to get into your book, so
it's on Amazon.
And we're kind of out of time, but we can get to that. So you said yes, I can pass your information along to Dan.
You do. Absolutely.
Okay, you will love. Dan's an author himself, and he has a great show. So I will get you guys connected.
Awesome.
As that would be a lot of fun.
But our guests are saying thank you. We're saying thank you. And it's been a pleasure having you on tonight.
Thank you, guys. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Oh, you see, you've been
he's been talking. We've been drinking. We usually don't drink this much.
No, we don't. But he's done most of the talking tonight, so it's kind of caused us to do a little more drinking.
Anyway,
good.
Thank you, Chris. We appreciate you being here, and everybody, we want to remind you to like and share and subscribe and tell your friends, and if you have questions, give us emails and we will post a link for Chris if you have questions for him.
Yeah, you can catch Chris is it Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 o'clock that's Pacific time. Yeah, and you can catch him on Facebook. I know he does have a YouTube channel as well, which he needs more subscribers on his YouTube channel. So hop on there and give him
started that a week or two ago. Like,
okay. Well, then it's not too bad for just being a couple weeks old. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then he's also on Twitch.
Yeah.
So
I've been doing
a Twitch account
a year now.
Yeah. So check out his website and check out his book and all of his podcasts. And you guys, it's just amazing. If you want a spiritual blessing, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And we're so glad to have you.
The book is Trestle Creek, Things the Dead Fear. And I'm in the fourth very long chapter and it's very entertaining.
I love you guys. Loved everybody on the show. Thanks very, very much for having me.
Thank you.
We'll
see you again.
We'll talk to you again soon.
Happy Patty's Day.
Put you in the green room.
So that was Chris. I knew you guys would love him. I mean, we just fell in love with him when we met him.
We've kind of been addicted to his live shows. He does 3 times a week.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Check that out. You'll enjoy it. Wow, what a great Patty's Day.
All I got is foam left.
I got foam.
We can still toast to foam.
We can toast to foam, but
so tonight this has been St. Patty's Day and the Truth About Beer and Christopher LaPrath.
And what an awesome show. Time. Thank you. We will see you next time.
Wait. I got to get to the right section here. Or no, I don't. I just need to do this.
Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Subscribe, share.
Yeah, please.
Until next time.
I don't see Modelo on there. No. Yeah. You
just turn it around.
There we go. Okay.
Love you guys. See you next time.
Take care.